How many times can I say basic in this video? The limit does not exist. If you're basic and you know it, clap your hands. What up, reader fam? Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well, hope you're doing swell. Today, with your help, I'm going to be seeing just how basic my book collection is. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a spoiler. It's basic. I went over on my Instagram, at jessethereader if you want to follow me, and I asked you guys to submit books that you felt were basic. So today we're gonna be seeing how basic with the capital B my bookshelves are. I've already felt attacked by a lot of the books that were submitted, but I'm also not surprised, so the attack hurts a little less. In fact, it doesn't hurt at all because honestly, it's not that big of a deal to be basic. Sure, I've been trying to be different since the day I popped out the womb, but I have come to accept that for the most part, I am a basic beast. It is what it is. You guys should play along with me down below in the comments and let me know which of the books you have as well. Without further ado, let's get started. And by that, I mean, let's get basic. Oh! First one, the Selection series. A series I have not read. So far, so good. So far, not basic. Though I'm not expecting that to last long. We're boarding the Basic Express soon. All aboard! The Selection series was always pitched to me as The Bachelor meets dystopian, and I have never felt the need to accept its roast. It seems like the series has an emphasis on the romance department, which is a department that I avoid when I hit up books, you know? Like, it's not the first place I go when I get into a bookstore. I'm not like, romance section, where you at? Like, no, that's not how it works for me. The description is pretty clear that it's got a love triangle, and it's not that I can't take a love triangle, because I can. I have been there, done that, but that's kind of why I want to avoid it. I've been there, I've done that. I've read many a books with love triangles. Love triangle. You can try to convince me to read it, but I can assure you it ain't happening. It's not gonna make it on my book pickup selection anytime soon. A Darker Shade of Magic. Break me off a piece of that basic bar. I'm so basic that I not only have one copy, not even just 2 copies, 3 freaking copies of A Darker Shade of Magic. Wait, 4 because I have an arc somewhere. Who needs 4 copies of the same freaking book? This dumpster fire right here, apparently. Listen, I love A Darker Shade of Magic, and if loving it means that I'm basic, then I'll gladly accept that. Because, you know, in my opinion, the right opinion, the concept and execution is anything but average. It said average Joe who? Not me. I feel like there are a lot of mixed feelings on these books, and I totally get it, because when I first read it, I didn't really click with it. We didn't really vibe together. We didn't really become bookish best friends, I guess you could say. But my second read of it opened my eyes to all it has to offer. A writing style that can gladly slap me in the face. Just keep slapping. Just do the dang thing. Slap me upside the head, bruh. Characters that carved themselves into my heart. And a world that I would gladly travel to in a heartbeat if ever given the opportunity. Six of Crows duology. Six of Crows duology? What's that? All I have here is my lifeline. What would my life be without this duology? Oh wait, I wouldn't have one. It's what gave me life. A sip of this duology every now and then is what keeps me going. These books have been getting a lot of bad-mouthing from the adult fantasy community on BookTube lately, and I just want to plug their ears so they can't hear. It's gonna be okay. Don't listen. They do have some valid points, but you're still beautiful in my eyes, and that's all that matters. You're entitled to your opinion, but that doesn't mean that I want to see it anywhere on my timeline. It's not gonna make me stop loving my book babies, so take that. But in all seriousness, a great duology with a rich world, and a trope that's become one of my all-time favorites, that being found family. A group of people coming together from different walks of life and finding hope and strength in one of each other. It gets me every time. It makes me so emo. I want it in every book ever. I seriously don't think that I would ever get tired of it. Ever! The Cruel Prince. Yep. It's in fact a tenant on my bookshelf. It doesn't pay rent. In fact, I paid for it to sit on my bookshelf. When I first read it, I was surprised by how much I liked it, and I thought that maybe I had just taken a bite out of the hype sandwich, and that it was just a Cruel Prince phase and it would die down. But upon rereading it, I can assure you that that's not the case. It's not just a phase. This book still slaps upon the second time reading it. Why do I keep slapping myself with books? What do I get out of it? Nothing. At all. Is it messy? Heck to the yes! And yet the content inside of it is completely engaging enough to just find yourself completely wrapped up in it. Reading about Fae is either a hit or miss for me because they're straight up awful. And there's no exception for that here. Like, they are cruel. She wasn't kidding when she said Cruel Prince. Shadowhunter books. Do I really need to get them all down? I'm not gonna get them all down, I'm just gonna get one. Getting all of them would be too much of a hassle, and I don't have time for that. I mean, I do, because what else am I supposed to do in lockdown? But it's fine. City of Bones, the book that started it all. It's a part of the basic starter pack. Yes, I am still actively reading books in the Shadowhunter world. If you've got a problem with that, you can take it up with Magnus Spain. He'll sass you all the way to Mars. The Matched series. I never read this series, therefore I do not have them. Yay, I'm not basic, except I am. We never matched in terms of book dating. I always swiped left. Decline. I actually wonder what I would think of this series if I were to read it today. The Hush Hush series. Nope, 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 nope. Anytime someone is like, you should read the Hush Hush series, I'd be like, hush hush. Paranormal Romance and I will never have our moment. I guess I should never say never, but like, I'ma say never on that. At this point in time, I don't ever see us being a match made in heaven. Throne of Glass. I have it. This is the fancy pants version that I got on Book Outlet for super cheap. Love a good deal. I have fully committed to this series knowing good and well just how basic it is. You don't gotta tell me what it is, cause I know what it is. It is what it is. Basic. I've been on the journey with Selena and her squad. Do I have any regrets? No regrets can be found here. Any John Green book. Ah yes, the king of contemporary. I have quite a few of his books, but I will just show you the basic of the basic, and that to me, personally, is The Fault in Our Stars. To be fair, I've been reading his books before I even knew about BookTube, and he took part in making me the contemporary lover that I am today. So I will proudly love his books, but I will also recognize the fact that they are the basic of basic. They're like the capital B in the word basic. Harry Potter. I knew it was coming. Of course I have Harry Potter. Dink dink. I take back what I said about John Green. This is actually the capital B in the word basic. Fangirl. Bada bing bada boom. I'm a fanboy for Fangirl. If that means I'm basic, then change my name to Basic the Reader. I'll take it. Twilight. I don't own it and I'll never read it. I say that with confidence. I'm never gonna hit the Twilight Zone. Y'all keep trying to trap me into reading it, but I'll forever be avoiding that book bite. Sarah Dessen books. Never have I ever read a Sarah Dessen book. The Hunger Games. The book that reignited my love for reading. I owe these books a lot. Like, I don't feel like I would ever be on BookTube had I not read these books. So if having them on my bookshelf means I'm basic, then I'll deal, Lucille. The Lord of the Rings. I don't have The Lord of the Rings and I don't ever see myself reading them. I'm sorry, Lord of the Rings fans, don't hate me. I'm sorry if that just ripped your heart to shreds, but honesty is my policy. The To All the Boys I've Loved Before trilogy. I don't own the trilogy, but I have seen the movies. Does that make that better? No, it doesn't at all, does it? I'm sorry. I realize how much of a reader sinner that makes me. Roald Dahl books. I do have a few. I've got Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and the BFG. I didn't grow up on Roald Dahl books, but people who have grown up on him convinced me to pick up some of his books, and I get the buzz. They're definitely enchanting, but I feel like they'd hit differently if I was a fetus reading them. Not that you can read books when you're a fetus, but you get what I'm saying. Perks of Being a Wallflower. Y'all submitted this knowing good and well that it's one of my all-time favorite books. Funnily enough, this book, funnily, is that a word? This book is known for being loved by hipsters who pride themselves on being different compared to everybody else. Newsflash, my hipsters, you're basic just like the rest of us, so buckle up and enjoy the ride. I love The Perks of Being a Wallflower though, as if I haven't said that enough in videos. It's about a boy who's had a rough go at making friends, and he finally finds his people and they open his eyes and they help him and guide him, and he finds them right at the right time. There's just a lot of feelings. I have a lot of feelings. It makes me feel a lot of feelings. Divergent. For a story about a girl who is far from ordinary, it sure is ordinary to have this book on your bookshelf. I was actually kind of late to the Divergent party. I didn't really get around to reading it till close to the Allegiant release, and I still stand by Divergent being a dope book. The pacing is a rush. The story is a bit of a mess, but a fun mess. Nothing wrong with that. And the character dynamics are solid. Does the trilogy go downhill? You know it. Did we deserve better? 100%! Beautiful Creatures. I actually got rid of Beautiful Creatures, so it's not on my bookshelf anymore, so does that kind of count? Because like I did at one point have them. I have read Beautiful Creatures, but I'm not gonna make it count. I'm already basic enough as it is. I don't need to become even more basic. This was probably one of the first hyped books that I ever read when I joined BookTube. It was being turned into a movie back then, and I remember being all, oh my gosh, I love it. It's so great. But did I ever say what was great about it? I don't think so. It was that phase for me on BookTube where every time I loved a book, I was just like, oh my gosh, I love it. But I can't tell you why I love it. I just love it, okay? That's all you need to know. Like, no, bruh, you need to give details. Why do you love it? I hope I've gotten better at that. We love character growth on this channel. 13 Reasons Why. I have read it, but I got rid of it. I could tell you 13 different reasons as to why I didn't keep it, but I don't want to bore you. I didn't love the book when I first read it. There were definitely elements that I enjoyed, but it wasn't a book where I was like, I need to keep this book on my bookshelf for all of eternity. It was more of a, this book will start giving birth to dust bunnies the longer that I keep it. So I said, see you later. The Maze Runner. Another that I did have on my bookshelf once upon a dystopian phase, but then I decided to ditch them because they never fully captured my heart. I had a solid start with the first book, I really enjoyed it, but then book 2 and 3 came around and I was like, huh? I slipped into a pool of confusion and could not get out, so they had to go, To Kill a Mockingbird. I surprisingly do not have this book. I have read it, I had to read it for school, and I would like to pick up a copy and read it again someday. Anna and the French Kiss. My French kiss went a little like this, and twist. I don't have this book physically, but I do have the ebook. I made a promise with someone a million years ago that I would read Anna and the French Kiss if they read Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, and neither of us came through on our promise. I don't know if this counts since I technically don't have it physically, but I guess I'll count it since it's on my Kindle bookshelf. I honestly don't know if I'll ever read it, and that reason is because I know that it has a focus on romance, and books like that automatically get grouped in the book distance category, a concept similar to social distancing but with books. Little Women. I have the new movie, does that count? No, it doesn't count at all. I've never had the desire to read the book. I'm sorry if that causes any of you bookish heartache. If I had medicine to heal broken bookish hearts, I'd give it to you. In a heartbeat. But I don't, so you're gonna have to suffer. I am gonna watch the movie though. Does that make you feel better? Probably not. Alright, that's it for the How Basic Is Your Bookshelf test. I don't know my final results, I'll find out in editing, but here are my results right here. Ooh, wow, crazy. That's so insane. You're basic. Yes, I know. I will take the basic crown gladly. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know that it didn't really have a lot of depth to it, like you're just finding out if your bookshelves are basic. Wow, how exciting. Thrilling content. But I just thought it would be fun. But regardless, thank you guys for being here with me today. If you like this video, be sure to go and hit that like button. If you want to see more bookish content from me, be sure to go and hit subscribe or go and hit that bell icon and you'll be notified every time I post new videos. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope your day is bright, that tomorrow is brighter. Keep reading what your heart desires, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye. Oh my gosh. I'm so basic that I not only have one. Ouch. Did I just paper cut myself on my face? Oh no, did I? I can't tell.